Do you want to talk about, again, kind of the long term for Global Track, and where you hope to be, 2 years, obviously, without saying, oh, we've got these deals or this is what's looking, but just where would you be happy in 2 years?
Yeah, so I mean, it really all comes down to, being on an effective and very reasonable path to profitability. I understand how important that is. And so again, being able to bring global track solutions into opportunities that fit into the business model and fit into the motivation and the passion that I have here, and that will serve as a benefit to the psychedelic industry and the psychedelic community is very important. So for me, I think what I see right now, and again, this can always change, but what I see right now is us developing a network, a marketplace, if you will, here for the psychedelic community that is going to connect patients with clinics, but do so in an effective manner, in a manner that remains true to the sanctity of psychedelic healing and psychedelic medicine. That's the other thing too. We certainly want to not lose sight of the psychedelic experience. And maybe we can dive into that a little bit more in another conversation. But that is very important here, being able to strike that balance here. But increasing accessibility, and recognizing how important, and the potential that psychedelics have to drastically change the lives of individuals out there. So being able to leverage our tools and what we are developing here to increase accessibility and increase it. In fact, I just had a great conversation with Paul Austin of the Third Wave, and we were talking about how can we make sure here in the development of the psychedelic industry that we're not losing sight of the segment of society. And we're talking about those that come from a lower socioeconomic background or status. And those are typically those within our society that do struggle with depression, addiction, and anxiety more than anyone else. How do we not lose sight of making sure that they gain access to the potential benefits here of psychedelics as this industry really starts to come together? So being able to be involved in those efforts and those conversations is very important to us. And I want to be able to look back 2 years from now and say that we did play a role in increasing accessibility. We played a role in helping to integrate psychedelics mindfully, safely, and carefully into society. So any way we can do that, I want to do it with, of course, never losing sight of driving value here for the company.
Hmm. No, awesome. You can tell you're passionate, which is awesome, and I think a lot of people, even just listening, can tell. Well, cool. Well, we'll end things here. Of course, if someone's watching this has questions, drop them below. I'm sure David would love to respond. Whether it's
Absolutely.
psychedelics focus, business focus, anything about Global Track, make sure you drop those below, and we can squeeze them into future videos. David, thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it.